Hello and welcome to
Pop Off, Sis! The show where we talk about life, current events, and, well, ourselves.
I'm your co-host, Lydia.
And I'm your co-host, Margot. Welcome to this week's episode. Hello, and welcome back to Pop Off, Sis! Hey, guys, what is going on?
What up?
Today, we have another great episode, and today's episode is a guest episode.
Woo!
So we are so beyond excited. Lydia, would you do me the favor of introducing our lovely guest?
Yes, so today we have the beautiful, the sunshine, the ray of sunshine, I call her, the light, everything light, Simone Smith. Woo! So Simone is just, I don't even have enough time in the world to explain, but she's just the greatest. She's the sweetest, just a great person. She and I met freshman year of college, and we've been friends ever since. And she's the type of person where you can go without seeing her for a while, and then you see her, and it's like no time has passed.
Oh my God.
And she's like always wants to hear about you. She's a great listener, which is a quality that I myself am trying to improve on. So I love that about her. So without further ado, hello, Miss Simone.
Well, first, thank you guys so much for having me. Like, it's literally an honor.
Oh my gosh.
Vice versa.
What can I say? You guys are living my dreams. But yeah, I'm Simone. I met Lydia freshman year, and I love that woman. I also am honored to meet you, Margot.
Yes.
I'm a comm major. That's how Lydia and I know each other. I also have an interest in like entertainment. Maybe a little bit of tech.
Yes, girl.
Just because I love Google. Google, please hire me.
Google, hear that? Shout out.
And yes, I have a big interest in social impact, as well as my favorite celebrity is, well, I have two different sides of me. So I compare myself to like Rico Nasty and Janae Aiko.
Love those. Yeah. Oh, Janae Aiko.
I love. That's who you look like. That's who you resemble.
No, that's such a compliment. I love her little song with her daughter.
Oh my gosh.
I love that song.
I love Nami.
So, Simone, today's topic is all about love.
Oh, God.
I love that reaction.
Before we jump into that, we just want to do what we do every episode, which is a rose and thorn of our week.
First of all, I just want to say I love that because when we would go to the dinner table, my mom would be like, what's your high and what's your low? And it kind of reminds me of rose and thorn. It's cute.
Oh, wait, would you guys do that like every night at dinner?
Yes, low-key.
That's
when we
so
sit together.
cute.
Sometimes
Right.
it's TV time, but yeah.
I feel that. That's really
Wow.
wholesome and sweet.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you connect with this then.
Yes.
Okay, so I would say my rose of the week is definitely having Simone on this podcast.
Oh my
Yeah.
I know I say that for every guest, but it's true because they're all amazing.
You've been sizing me all this episode.
For the older folks, size is like to hype someone up.
For the older folks. Shout out
For
to my
mom and
mom if
dad.
you're
Yes,
listening.
shout out. What's your mom's name?
Cynthia.
Cynthia, we stand Cynthia.
We do indeed.
Yes, girl. And your sister. Shout out the whole Smith family.
Shout out Elise. Shout out Eugene, my dad. Shout out
Yes.
Marquise.
Hey.
Shout out all my sisters.
Hey. We love it. Okay, and then my thorn would probably be that I have been so busy that I haven't gotten to watch any of my shows that I always watch. I'm so behind on everything, and I know that's like so like whatever, but I am. And like shows to me are like a priority.
What are
So
your
when I'm
shows?
behind, oh my god, too many. Okay, so you got your reality shows, and then you got your scripted shows, and then you got your dramas. So it's a lot. But
Wait, not even Dancing with the Stars?
it's on right now. Yes,
She
so
said it's
Dancing with the
on
Stars.
right now. I'm
Real
missing
Housewives
it.
of New Jersey is about to start. Real Housewives of Orange County is on right now. Real Housewives of Atlanta is about to start.
Oh my.
Crank Yankers, you should watch that show if you haven't. Those are my roses and thorns. I would like to get back into my shows. How about you, Simone?
My thorn, I guess senioritis is kicking in, so I'm just so over my classes and just being busy. I'm ready to go. But my rose is I'm ready to be lit.
I
Love
feel that.
Wow. Margot?
All right, so this week my thorn has just been going to bed really late and then having to wake up really early. That's happened a lot this week. I've started to become like kind of a princess about my sleep. Like I try and go to bed at 10 and then wake up at like 7. So like I'm getting some good sleep. And last night I got 6 hours, which like isn't even horrible. And I'm like dead today. I mean, it's just very tired. But my lovely rose is that my long distance boyfriend is coming in tonight and I get to see him. So I'm so excited.
We love to see
it.
it.
And love to see it.
And we love to see it, which is a perfect segue into our theme, which is love.
Oh my gosh, there are so many ways to go into love. So what makes a healthy relationship, Simone?
I was actually talking to my friends about this, and literally we say it's like the 2 C's, which make just everything like more clearer. Is that even a thing? More clear. Mm-hmm. But it's common sense and communication. That's literally what.
That's so
makes
great.
A healthy relationship.
Yes.
What a great.
And what do you mean by common sense? I'm just curious.
Common sense. I guess it like they kind of go hand in hand with the communication. So like for example, if you just are looking like healthy relationship doesn't mean like you have to be in like a romantic like girlfriend boyfriend relationship. Just like healthy relationships in general, like maybe like friends with benefits, like as long as you're communicating, hey, this is what I want, and the person, cause like using common sense to communicate, hey, this is what I want, and using common sense to be like, okay, this is what the person wants and we're on the same page, or this is what the person wants and we're not on the same page, all right, I'm gonna leave it alone. Like stuff like that. It's just like communicating what you want and being smart about what you're getting.
For sure.
I love that.
I definitely agree with that. I think communication is
Key.
It's key. It's like the most important thing. If you can't, and my thing is also like whether it be friendship, whether it be relationships, communicate everything. Like even if you're a really sensitive person or something and you're like, oh, like I feel like I'm getting upset and I shouldn't be, so I don't want to say anything, like leaving that untouched is just gonna make it brought up later, and then the person's gonna be like, what are you talking about? This happened like you know,
and
however long
things,
ago.
yeah.
And things build, and it's like just deal with them right then and there, because otherwise it's gonna lead to like a blow up down the line, and you could have just had like a small, maybe a little tense conversation rather than like a full ass fight, or you know, like something that's kind of attacking or something like that. But like you just have to be so real with people and be like, this is what I want.
Exactly. And like some people are like, the whole like guys are so scared of the what are we conversation. It's like it's really just a conversation. Like if you just want a friends with benefits type of relationship, like just say that, and you never know, that girl could be like, that's exactly what I want too, let's get into it.
Right,
you know, it never
right.
has to be like this big huge question of like, what are we? Oh my god, she wants to be in a relationship. It's like, no, we can very much so still want something casual.
Right.
The what are we conversation, I think, is just so funny that it's become like such this like it's such a big deal, but it's really not. And this is just like a personal story, and we might cut it, we'll see. But I remember this was like 2 years ago, and I like was kind of hooking up with this guy, and I finally just had this conversation with him where I was like, listen, do you just want to be like on the regular friends with benefits? I'm just out of a relationship. I don't want anything emotional, but like you're nice and fun to hang out
You're nice.
with. So,
I like you.
Yeah, like I was like, and this man's literally, so it didn't happen. This guy literally goes, oh, I'm too busy right now. Which I was like,
What?
okay, sure. But I mean, at least he was honest. And then I was
common sense
okay,
and communicate.
right. Like I was like, okay, you don't want it, I'll find somebody else.
And then you didn't have to waste your time.
Right.
You didn't have to fake waste,
Right.
like fake being interested. Like it was just like
It
so
saves
simple.
everybody's emotions, I feel like.
So simple.
It does. And like I don't know why people are scared. I get the being scared of it if you've been talking to somebody for a long enough time and you're like, what? Like you're waiting for them to say something, and you don't want to have that conversation because you don't want it to like, you don't want to get a no. Like you don't want them to say like, oh, I don't want anything more than this, or I don't. But it's like you have to bite the bullet, and it just saves you a heartache down the line.
So would you guys say this is kind of on that, those same 2 rules? I mean, Margot, you kind of touched on this, but those same 2 C's apply to friendship relationships as well? Or would you say it's anything different?
Yeah, I'm definitely communication. I feel like anything, like any relationship needs communication. Oh, shout out to our major. But
Shout out.
I guess common sense isn't as needed, I guess, because like mainly I say common sense for the boys. But thinking about my friendships, I guess, yeah, communication. I feel like a lot of times you never know what people are going through, and so even your friends, like your closest friends, you never know what they're going through. So just being able to like establish a clear line of communication, like, hey, you can come to me for whatever, and I would love to come to you for whatever. It's really good to have because you really never know what people are going through, even your closest friends.
So true. And do you guys think that, you know how like when we were younger it was like, oh, she's talking to a boy, they must be interested in each other, like you can't just... Do you think we've grown out of that phase? Like, are we totally adults about it now in general? Like, you can have friends that are guys, or do you think there's still some like immaturity on that? I'm not talking about being friends with your ex, okay, that's different. No. I'm saying like having a truly platonic... Can girls be friends with guys?
Of course. Like,
I think, okay, here's my thing. At first, I was like, of course. And I think it depends on, like, what your sexuality is. Like, my best guy friend is gay. There's nothing ever that's going to happen between us. We're very platonic. He's like my brother. I love him. I will say...
No, I see where she's going.
That's like, with some people, you know... If you're two single people who are either, you know, straight or gay or whatever, you have the same sexuality and it's towards one another, and you're friends for long enough and you establish that good of a friendship, I think sometimes, and it's not always, but I think that lines can get crossed because I think a lot of times, and this could just be me, but like sometimes if you're like feeling lonely or whatever, you start having those like what if thoughts, and you're like, oh, what if Jason and I, like, I mean, no,
shout out Jason.
I know. I don't know any Jason. Don't worry, Jake. Everything's fine. But you're like, oh, what if? Even just having that thought, I think makes it immediately like not a non-platonic relationship, but I think in a lot of relationships there's always going to be that question that pops up, and maybe you never act on it, maybe nothing comes of it, but I think it can be hard, especially like if you're attracted to the other person,
right?
Like, to keep the barrier strictly friends. I don't know, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I literally said of course, and then I started thinking, I was like, all those times that like I've seen two people that are like best friends, I'm like, okay, so when are they gonna get together? Like, right. I mean, it may never happen, but like I'm also like,
you're
hope is romantic, so I'm like,
right.
And going back to healthy relationships, I feel like that is the foundation as well, like
a friendship. Yeah. Can you please repeat that?
Be friends with your significant other before you even get in a relationship, period.
Woo!
But it is also very controversial because people are like, don't put your best friend in a significant other because then, like, when you lose them, you lose both.
Oh, well, that's true, but I think it's important to be best friends. Like,
that's what
you
I'm
hear
saying.
Wives all the time say, like, he's my best friend, she's my best friend. Like,
yes. This is so cute. I'm gonna cry over here.
Literally,
my boyfriend is my best friend. I won't.
Okay, we're gonna get to him because
my god.
But just to plug a show, I don't know if you guys heard of it, but Black Love on OWN, it's the Oprah Winfrey Network, is a great show. It's primarily black couples, but there's some mixed race couples as well. And it's a great show because it's not fiction or anything. It's testimonials of celebrities and non-celebrities talking about their relationships. Wow. But it's like the ups and downs. It's not just the roses and, you know, it's the roses and the thorns. It's everything. And you guys would love it because, I don't know, I just watch it and it makes me feel like, wow, like this is everything. So I would recommend that. Margot, I wanted to ask you, let's say in that same scenario, the guy gets a girlfriend. So his friend, this other girl, there's girl A and girl B. There's girlfriend, and then there's girl, his friend.
Right.
Oh, God, yeah.
So this whole thing about, you know, the girlfriend feeling like, you gotta cut her off, sorry, you know, whether she's threatened or not.
It's like, no.
So, okay, Simone, you can speak to this. Actually, you both can. How would you feel if your boyfriend's had a close girlfriend?
I am. It's like, no.
I am his friend.
I am his friend.
You're everything. You're both.
It's like, no. I mean, if you really want to get deep, my boyfriend and I, we took a break for a second, a period of time.
Right.
And when we were on the break, like, he gained a lot of girlfriends. And so getting back with him from that, I was like, who are these ladies? Like,
you just want to talk.
Yeah. And there was some that it was only 2 friends, but there was one that I was like, absolutely not. And then there was another that was like, oh yes, bring her around, like I love her. Wow. So, but I guess it's just like reaffirming yourself that, like, I am the one. Like, he got back with me. He didn't get with any of those other girls.
Yeah.
So, yeah, affirming, like, I'm the one at the end of the day. Like, who he coming home to?
Exactly.
How do you feel, Margot?
I feel pretty similarly. I think it's hard, especially I'm in a long distance relationship.
Oh, girl.
So, like, that requires a lot of trust, and I do, and we do. Like, I pride myself. I think that we have a lot of trust in our relationship.
That's amazing.
However, there have been times where it's just like he has some close girlfriends. He's in law school, and, like, you know, after they finish a big exam or whatever, like, they work so hard, and he's like, yeah, I'm going out with, like, these people. And I think it's especially because, like, I don't know them super well. Sometimes I'll get those little pangs of, like, who is that? What are you doing with her? But then I'm like, at the end of the day, like, I trust him, and even if that thought crosses their minds, I just have to trust that it won't cross his. And even if it did, that he would still choose me at the end of the day. Because that's the other thing about relationships. It's like, it's about choosing one another. Like, it's not like you get in a relationship and you're like, everybody is ugly. Like, no, like, there's still plenty of good-looking men out there.
Yeah,
But, like, at the end of the day, I'm like, I love this person. I'm gonna choose you.
Yes.
Wow, I honestly, as the single person in the room, I think about that a lot, because I think with me, I know that I have insecurities where when I do have a boyfriend or whatever, even husband at that point, that if I see a girl that I'm intimidated by, or I just, like, know is also his type or something, I feel like, oh, he's looking at her now. But that's so interesting that you said that. It's not that everyone's ugly, it's just you're choosing that person. It's like you don't want to hurt the person you're with. So wow.
And, like, you wanna be with them, you want to spend your time with them,
And the grass always seems greener, but
right,
you're mowing your lawn over here.
right.
Like,
So true. Thank you guys for that, because I feel like I'm learning things from my future husband. Where is he right now? Oh my God. Okay, Simone. So all this love talk has got me, you know, just ready for some savage seconds. So what we do is we put 60 seconds on the clock, and each of us, it's actually 20 seconds because there's 3 of us, but 60 seconds total. We have 20 seconds to pop off about anything you want.
oh my gosh, you're only giving me
20 seconds, and it goes by fast.
okay.
So,
talk quick.
all right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, what is the fucking deal with cheating? I'm sorry, if you don't want to be with somebody, just end it with them. Don't be like, oh my God, I was so caught up in the moment. I was, like, so into this person. I just wanted to make sweet, sweet love to them, but I'm sorry and I really love you. No, fuck that. If you want to fuck somebody else, go fuck somebody else, but after you guys are over. And that is my mic dropped.
Oh, okay. Listen, y'all. The thing is, not everyone likes a blind date. Blind dates are nerve-wracking. I don't want to be like, okay, this is the person for you, and then there's all this pressure on it. Like, I'm nervous as it is when I know I like the man, so I don't want the pressure of not knowing if I like the man, and I gotta sit there through a dinner, through a movie, whatever. My time is too precious. No, thank you.
I feel like women need to love themselves more in relationships, because that's the core and the foundation. If you don't love yourself, or if you don't love yourself enough, don't get in a relationship. And I know it's going to be hard to hear, but believe people when they show themselves their red flags first. Like, believe people when they show themselves. For example, if he's showing you that he's an ancient nigga, don't get in a relationship with him. Like, don't do anything with him.
You done run out, Simone, but ooh, you were preaching. I was like, you better go off, sis. Okay, yeah.
I feel like we could have all spoken an hour on our topic.
And hours. But we do, you know, of course, want to end on our good note with our quote of the day. So, Simone, our lovely guest, we're going to let you go first.
My quote is, everything you have now was once a wish. And I feel like that's very relevant, because we can often forget, like, all the blessings we have in our lives. So just think, even the smallest things, like Lydia is drinking Tropicana right now. Like, she wanted that Tropicana and she got it, but
I want it. I
Yeah.
got it.
So basically, just be thankful, because everything that you once have, that you have now, was once a wish.
Wow.
That's really sweet.
That's sweet. And it can apply to literally everything in your
Literally
life.
everything. Your water bottle, your phone.
This podcast.
This
podcast.
podcast. Drops
Hello.
mic, period.
Drops mic.
End of episode. It's like, no.
Boom. Wow, I love that. How about you, Marco?
My quote is, security is mostly a superstition. Life is either a daring adventure or Nothing, which is by the lovely Helen Keller. And I think that's very true. I think you would just have to, if you're feeling secure, then you're not pushing yourself enough.
Ooh, period.
Wow.
Period.
Never be comfortable.
Never be comfortable and never settle.
Growth and discomfort are equal.
Whoa.
That was some real, that's its own quote.
That's his own episode. Okay, my quote is, worry never robs tomorrow of its sorrow. It only saps today of its joy. And that's from Leo Buscaglia. I'm a big worrier, so I really resonated with that one.
I like that.
Wow.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you to Simone, the wonderful Simone. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and your feelings. It has been a true blessing. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next episode. And that is our show.
Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at popoffsis.podcast and our personal accounts at Lydia__Parker
and at mtrouvé. Be sure to check out all of our episodes at popoffsis.wixsite.com/website. Thanks for listening.
And we'll see you next time.